the thing that I think brought video games to the next level, and I think something that goes highly underrated because it really needs to be addressed, that Nintendo Power was like close to a religion for a kid at my age than you've ever seen. I remember being a kid and our library at school had a monthly subscription to Nintendo Power, and we would almost fight each other to be the first person to borrow that book, because that magazine series does not get the credit it deserves. It is the, as we spoke about last week, or a couple weeks ago, about 90s comics, the wizard of that, the wizard magazine of that is the Nintendo Power. They are the exact same thing, but for different genres. And I am proud to say that I still own my Nintendo Power issue 100, and it's not in the best quality. And I can say this because the statute of limitations no longer is in play. I completely stole this from my grade school because I knew, even at that age, the issue 100 of Nintendo Power was going to be an important magazine. And it was, because this was just when the N64 kicked in. And I want to say the N64 was probably a year into its life. And you're just scrolling through quickly, just flipping through. You've got, an amazing poster with all of the different past issues. You've got GoldenEye. You've got Madden. You've got Duke Nukem. You've got Mortal Kombat. You've got WCW versus NWO World Tour. You've got, before he became Conker's Bad Fur Day, Conker's Quest, the original game before he had a bad day, Ken Griffey Jr., Banjo-Kazooie. This had almost every major title for the N64 in it. And I knew that if I didn't take it, someone was going to take it and never give it back. So I beat them to it, and I took it, and I still have in my collection. I sadly had many, didn't steal. Let me rephrase that. I didn't steal many more. That was the only one I stole. But I had many other Nintendo Powers in my collection over the years that I've bought from, garage sales, and I purchased them just off newsstands when they were out. And I unfortunately got rid of them. I unfortunately was at an age when they were starting to take up room, and I didn't think they would mean anything later on. And I unfortunately got rid of a lot of them. And man, am I kicking myself for it, because I would love to have all of them back. And now, if you try and find any of them on eBay or Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, everybody wants like $20 an issue, and it's just out of control. So maybe one day when the nostalgia thing drops a bit, I can pick up a couple of them still, but it got about 10 still, but I used to have a lot more. And yeah, getting these every month, either at school or, at the local newsstand, you just became the coolest kid in the world, because you had news about the gaming industry that your friends didn't. So you could go up and tell them, this is a cheat that's going to come out in the new game, or this is a preview of the new game, or look at this new screenshot of what characters are going to be in this game. It was so cool. And I think the internet, I don't want to date myself and say, the internet sucks now, because you can get all that right here, but it's just not the same.